Facebook Live. Hey, what's up? This is Powell Chi again here doing some more on-site due diligence. This time happens to be, I'm actually not doing due diligence. I'm actually on site at, this is a property, this is actually one that I own, along with other people, not just me and myself, but a group of us that we own. So we're at our first facility and we're here at nighttime because we wanted to check out how things are looking at night. So we've been going around this whole week, doing all this whole week has all been self-storage. But I don't know, you guys might be bombarded with all this self-storage talk. But I'm here to, kind of just add a little value to you guys, talk a little bit about our actual facility and, one that we already purchased, and just give you an update, right? So this is the first time I've seen this property since October. So I saw it in October when we came and did our due diligence. We closed the deal in January, so we've only had it for 3 months now, and we came by to check on it, see how it's going, and see what we think, right? So, here I am. I don't know if you guys can see down there. If you guys can see people down there, that's my team down there. They're out there. They're doing some auditing, checking all the units, going by, looking at the units, seeing which units need to be tightened up, which ones need to be fixed. And specifically, we came here at night to look at how the lighting is looking. So this is one of the big questions. So my solar light just came on. All right, and that's really seriously why I came out here, was to look at the solar light. So this solar light, so our idea is, right, look, in self-storage, one of the biggest things that you can do is you can cut your expenses significantly, right? So, and if you can cut your expenses significantly, that just boosts your NOI, right? So you all know utilities are a huge cost in multifamily, electrical, water, gas. Those are huge bills. And unless you're doing rubs, or even if you are doing rubs, sometimes those can still be significant, like big bills. Now, in storage, types of storage that I do, which is non-climate controlled, at least at this point, has not been climate controlled. It's been basically Class C outdoor drive-up storage. We don't need electricity. So if I can go solar, which is that light right there, that's going to reduce those big giant lights up there that we pay money to the city for because we pay our electrical bill for those two big lights. We also have another one that's kind of shining back here. Another big light that we pay for, honestly, but it's not, it's not a huge amount. But if we can cut it to zero, that's even better, right? So we're trying to see, that's why we come here at night, to see if this light is going to be enough. Now, I'm going to tell you, that doesn't look like enough. So maybe we got to look at different options. Maybe we do have to use electricity. Maybe we have to use LED lighting with electrical, and we just have to pay for it, and that's what we have to do. That's fine. No big deal. But we just wanted to come by and take a look and see what we think, right? So you guys can see, it doesn't look too bad here, but it's kind of dark from sort of the naked eye. It's a little too dark for what we want. So, I'll just take a little walk down here. So I don't know, we're doing some auditing, checking out like what the facility, as far as like, which units are rented. Some of these don't have locks on them, but in our units, so let me see if I can show you. Maybe it's a little dark, but our units, okay, oh, this one might be broken. That's the thing, we're doing a little audit right now to figure out which ones are broken versus which one, that one's broken, I can't even move it. Which ones are broken versus which ones are not broken, but they're just empty, right? And which ones are available. So a couple of these are broken. I just want to see if I can get in one of these. Oh, it's a little tight. So I wanted to get in one so I could show you guys really quickly. These are older hasps, and so sometimes when they get old, they get really, 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 really tight and just kind of hard to maneuver. And so, let's see if I have this one. I can get this going. Oh, I don't want to break stuff. That's not working. So, well, my whole idea was I was going to show you is that one of the value adds that we provide for everybody is we give them locks. So not only are the units, like empty and they're available, but we give everybody a lock. Hey, does it work? Okay, so one of our units. It's pretty dark in here. So we don't have lights. Again, no lights. So in here, we don't really need people to come by here super late at night. But we do have a lock, a disc lock that we give to everybody. So we leave these inside of here so that way they have something safe and secure. When they move in, they don't have to buy their own lock. They don't have to worry about anything like that. Yes, David. Hey, how's it going, David? Good to see you, buddy. This is in Baton Rouge. You're right. This is in Baton Rouge. Let me say hi to everybody. So, Jai Deep, thanks for joining. Sean Morrissey, thanks for joining. Pat Wood, thank you for joining. Fong, how are you? How are you doing? Great to see you. David, obviously great to see you. Nick, you as well, buddy. So yes, this is the first facility we bought, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and looking at getting another one out here. So that's why we're doing, sort of due diligence as well as looking at our own property and seeing how our own property is doing. And, just kind of doing that all at once. So let's see. Yep, this is the one we already own. So I'm just walking down a little aisle right here. Some of the these are 5x10s right here. So those are smaller units. And yeah, so this property is itself, this is one that we have had for, 3 months. We found that as far as the size unit, the 10x20s rented out a lot faster than everything else. So we didn't have any 10x20s, but we have all these 10x10s. We have a lot of 10x10s that are available. And so we actually combined some of the 10x10s so that we now have a 10x20. It's basically two ones next to each other. But that's one of the things that we started out with 175 units. We shrank that down right now to 169. So we lost 6 in the unit count, but we have more available of the unit size that people want. So that's one of the things that we've done on this property. So it's kind of at night, so you can't see some of the other things. But, we just cleaned up the property a little bit. So went through, did some weed killer. You can't really see all the weed killer. It's kind of at night. Colored in our bollards. I don't know if you have watched any of my very first video. These things were really dark and kind of dingy and kind of banged up. So my man Robert Benenate, he came over, and him and his wife Sandra, they made them all look nice, right? All the bollards, painted all these posts, which we needed. What else did we do here? Oh, so here, let me bring you to this. So when we do our deals, you're always looking I don't know if you guys are always looking, but we're always looking for value add, right? We're looking for a value add property. And you're looking in a storage, when you're looking for value add, you're thinking expansion, you're thinking maybe extra parking, you're thinking of insurance, charging insurance, mandatory insurance. And so those are some of the things that you're thinking about doing in order to charge, to get more revenue and get more money out of your property. And for us, come to over here, here's the gate, here's the end. And right here is our office, right? Here's our office. Right here is basically, I should say it's the old office. I don't know if you can see back there, but back there is just basically nothing. It's a big driveway. It's a big parking lot, right? So our idea right now, so we're thinking is we're going to demolish this. What's up, Ryan? What's going on, buddy? Hey, we're going to demolish this, and then we're going to take this fence and we're going to extend it. I think it's 127 feet right now. We got approval just like last week to move this back 127 feet and potentially move this to have parking right here. So it's like 3,000 square feet or something like that we could add here just for like parking. And with parking, you can, we're going to lay down some concrete or put some gravel in and pretty quickly be able to just add some parking, and that's a value add piece, something that you want to look for when you're doing your properties right now. And for us, we did not underwrite that. So that's when I mean we didn't underwrite that, that means we did not add that into our pro forma. So any money that we get out of the parking, the demolishing that and putting something new there, maybe we put like relocatable units or portable units over there. Any money that we get from that is actually just bonus money. So we didn't underwrite that at all. But I don't know if you can see this. So try to show you guys this. So Here's the end line of this. Two other buildings over there, if you can see them. Two other buildings, so I'm kind of standing directly on that end line. But the building behind me, see, we got this like 20-foot gap right here. So this could be turned into a couple parking spaces. And how do you do that? A couple parking spaces, you just add these little posts, right? We just add a few more bollards right in between here. We could add 2 more parking spaces for some trailers, things like that, right? So that's not in our underwriting. It's just additional money, right? It's additional money. How about straight back there? Back straight there, there used to be a trailer. So when we bought it, there was a trailer there. I should say a shed. It was a shed there, and it was rented. So somebody was renting that shed. And when we bought it, we thought we also got the shed. Turns out we didn't get the shed, and the shed is gone. And I don't know. So, but we can rent that out. We can rent that space out. Again, we didn't underwrite that, so we didn't include that in all of our money. So if we are able to get some money for that space, or this space, or the parking lot, it's just extra money, right? And so that's just additional ways for us to hit our revenue. Hey, Candace. I'm going to say hi to Candace. Thanks for joining us on Sunday. It's great to see you. See you and Casey. You guys are doing awesome, by the way. So let's see. So that's a little bit about it. I don't know. You guys got any questions? Anything that I could answer as far as storage and get a chance to look at the facility? You know, like I said, we've owned it for about 3 months, so we don't have it. We haven't had it for that long. Oh, here's our light. There's our light, our solar light. Still, again, probably not enough. Let me see if I can turn it. Oh, I don't want dim. I don't want off. I want, I don't know what I just did. I want it to be on. I might have just broke it. I shouldn't have done that. But in general, we don't have enough solar lights here. Even if we're going to go with solar, a purely solar idea, which I would like to do, we don't have enough. We need to have more solar lights. Like right now we have like 2 on each row, and we probably need like 10 or 20 or something on each row, because they're not really that bright. Oh, Ferris, buddy. Hey, buddy. What's going on, man? Of course. How you doing? Great. So, yeah, happy to answer any questions about either owning the actual self-storage deal or maybe what you're looking for on your first one. So again, this is my first one. Certainly not planning to be at my last one, but let's see if we can. No. See, these solar lights, they have this setting, and not exactly sure, but they have motion detection, they have off, and I think they have full on. So I think there's only 3 settings, so I'm pressing the button a couple times to see if it turns on, but not the greatest, so not really working. Yeah, but that's about it. So early on, we had issues with a little bit of the drain. So it had rained recently, so it rained just recently, but we've done a lot with the drainage. That was one of the first things that we did, was clean up a lot of the drains and blow out the drains. So we got this one of the plumbers to come through, and they blew out. So they send a bunch of high pressure water throughout the whole drains, blow it all out, clean it all out, and then that way, it's just so you can drain water faster. So we're on one of the main roads in Central City, so in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So if it's getting kind of noisy, that's what you're hearing. But I'm just throwing this out there as far as, like, so maybe you guys can turn it around here in a second. But in terms of being on a main road, it ends up being like, you'll be able to see like the traffic behind me. But this is where all the, like one of the main roads that goes through. So we got great visibility from the road, which is super important, right? It's like you want to be able to make sure that you can see it and that people see it as well lit in a place that they feel comfortable and feel safe to come to. So we were in a great area, underdeveloped. Well, I wouldn't say underdeveloped. How would I say this? Undersupplied market, and so I feel really good about the area. Plus, it's coming up. It's kind of a nicer area of Baton Rouge, and yeah. So what's up? Any questions? Give me a question or two here. I feel like I'm rambling on all day. Tom, what's going on, Tom? Give me a question, man. Anything I can answer for you? Let's see. Let me see. So what do we talk about? We talked about the value add piece of these, right? The value add piece of storage. The main value add, let me give this, the main value add that we have in this property is that the property is, when we took it over, was 64% occupied, right? 64% occupied. So in our projections, we're projecting it to get to 85% occupied in year 3. So taking 3 years to get to 85% occupied. If we hit that number, and we don't even raise any rents, or no rent raise at all, we will hit all of our projections, all of our numbers. So that's what we're aiming to do, is to hit that 85% occupied in that 3-year period. And if we do, everything's golden. We feel really great about it. If everybody feels great about the property, we hit our numbers, and super excited about it. But like I said, there's other value add piece of it that we don't underwrite inside of it. So even if we don't even include any of that, so that can help us get there faster, even if we don't get to 85% right away. But that's the main value add to this. It's not a value add where we're saying we're going to increase the rent by $5 per unit or anything like that. That's not really what we're saying. Really just saying we're going to lease it up. And so took it over at 64%. Right now, currently, I believe it is at 66 or 67. I didn't check today. I checked before I flew out here, which was last Friday. I think I checked last Friday. It was at 66 or 67%. And so, it looks like we're kind of on pace. Truthfully, I'd like us to be there a little faster. Right? I don't want to wait 3 years before we can get this thing 85% occupied. I'd like to do it like this year. But we'll see how fast it is. It is our first one, so we know what people have projected and people have told us we can get. And we know what we've decided is comfortable that we can underwrite and tell our investors that we can get, which is 3 years. Hopefully we can do it sooner. But, that's all something we'll see pretty soon here. So any other questions before I kind of leave our property here? I got other parts of my team over here checking. They're checking the lighting. Working on the lighting, seeing what's going on with the lights. That's about it. We'd love it if you have any questions to ask. If you give me a thumbs up. I've been doing these Facebook Lives like a madman, I feel like. Today, just so you know, we came from Mississippi, looking at properties, doing market analysis with a bunch of our team, and we drove here to Baton Rouge. We visited a property that we have under contract. So that property is under contract right now. Team's looking at it and deciding, what they like and don't like about it. Similar size property to this one. Similar, also, that one's about 60% occupied. So similar strategy as this one. Actually, the seller is the same one. So off market. So we got it from the same seller. And this, then after that, ate lunch, and then came over to see our current deal. Oh no, actually, we went and scouted another deal that the seller kind of turned us on to. He said, hey, I know these other people, they own storage. Why don't you go take a look at it? I'll talk to them and see if they're interested in selling. So we went and scouted that property. Nice property. Nice, big property too. I don't know if they're interested in selling or not, but it is nice to make these connections, and maybe it turns out to be they want to sell now, maybe they want to sell 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, but maybe this connection works for us and helps us to get another property under contract. And the great thing about it, just to kind of sweeten the deal for him, as I mentioned to him, I said, hey, well, if you could get that if you can make this deal happen, you make this connection for us, I'll give you a finder's fee. Like I'll pay you a finder's fee for doing that for us. And he was like, yeah, sounds great. So, that's just another way to try to get try to get more deals under contract. So we looked at that deal, which we don't know much about except for that super nice, a lot of climate control, just a really nice property. Then we came over here because we wanted to check our property at night, check out on the solar lights, like we said. Did the solar light pop on? I guess I saw it in the background there. The solar light popped on. So check on our property. Tomorrow we are going down to another part of Louisiana. We're going to check out another property that is off market. Broker gave us early access to, and we're going to see about it. So we don't know. I don't know how great that one's necessarily going to be, you know, but it is a good chance for us, since we're out here, to look at the property before anybody else does, and see what our interest level is. Oh, and he also the broker wanted me to ask. He's like, hey, if anybody wants to buy 8 duplexes, the seller of this other one that we're going to look at tomorrow is also selling 8 duplexes. So if anybody wants 8 duplexes, there might be an option to buy them too as well, right? So let's see. Hey, Ryan, thanks for asking a question. Let's see. What's your question? What was the property manager's projection, or just conservative underwriting for 85% in 35 years? Was that a property manager projection? Okay, so in our pro forma, this was our underwriting that said that we would get to 85% occupancy in 3 years. So that was what we did, and that was just kind of based on, hey, we're not really sure. You know, we know in multifamily, you know, about what the rates are going to be, you know, but we don't know storage as well. So maybe we'll just kind of wing it a little bit. But so we kind of winged it a little bit and said, we think we should be able to do it in 3 years. Now, when we talk to property managers, one property manager who we actually didn't hire, we asked them, how long will it take you to get to 85% occupied? And they told us it would take them 1 year to get to 95% occupied in 1 year. And we were like, whoa, that would be awesome. And then we asked another property manager and we said, hey, how soon would you be able to get to 85% occupied, knowing that right now we're at 65% occupied? They told us it would take a year, 1 year, to get to about 90% occupied. And that made us feel really good, I'll tell you that, because we projected 3 years. And so even if they're wrong by double, and it takes them at least 2 years, you know, and they overshot it, you know, and it takes them 2 years to do it, that's still faster than we think. And even if it takes them triple the time to do it, and it takes them 3 years to do it, that's what we projected anyway from the very beginning. So, you know, that works out. So hopefully that answers your question. Natalie, thank you for joining. And so that is probably it, unless you guys got any questions. Let me know if you enjoy this, at least. I don't know if I'm going to have time tomorrow to do a Facebook Live, and if the property's not on market, I don't really have full, like, the sellers. I don't know. I have to kind of be sensitive about it, because it's not under contract. It's it's not even out on the market yet, and that kind of thing. So I have to be sort of sensitive about that. And so I don't think I'm going to be able to do a Facebook Live on site on that one. But if you do have any questions, or if any of this provides any value to, definitely let me know. For those of you who have stayed this long, appreciate it. Also, some of you have asked about being involved in these types of deals. If you are interested in being involved in these types of deals, just send me a direct message, and then we can, we'll talk to each other, and I'll send you my JV questionnaire. Fill out the JV questionnaire. Basically, that's my list of people that I send out these, I send out a notice to tell them, hey, I got a deal under contract, or I'm about to get a deal under contract. Are you interested? If you are, let's do this. Let's make something happen. If not, it's okay. But really, that's the list that I send out right away as soon as I think that I have a deal. So if you're interested, send me a direct message. I can send you that link. But other than that, feel free to ask me questions. And I think that's about it. It's about time. Looks like the crew's getting ready to pack up and leave here. Got some of the crew, they're kind of camera shy. I tell them I'm doing Facebook Live, and they're like, okay, you go do a Facebook Live over there. We're gonna hang out over here. So that said, thanks everybody. I will talk to you all later. See you later.